even if you know what you're made of, sometimes you just gotta see if you still got it. And so today is day 700 and whatever. It's October 3rd. And I'm running the mile for October 2nd because I forgot to run all day. And I didn't fall asleep yet, and I realized, I hadn't run. 1 o'clock in the morning, threw my shoes on, and I just went for a 10K, 6 miles, 8:20 pace, right? Sometimes you gotta put yourself in the ringer and see if you still got it. And so I'm here, Florida State, at this gate right here. You can't see it, but there's a statue right there of a horse, a guy with like a spear. It's the Seminole, right? And 3.5 years ago, February of oh man, that's actually so crazy, of 2022, maybe even October 2nd, February 2nd, so literally 3.5 years ago, I was standing right here with my buddy Mac. We took a photo, and that was in the background. That was the third of my 100 colleges in 100 days tour. And it absolutely failed. It went off the rails after 3 days. Crazy, right? 19-year-old kid tries to take on an idea and it goes off the rails within 3 days. There we go. And so I'm here 3.5 years later, almost to the day. And I've got 1 week until I hit 2 years of running a mile every single day. And I'm hitchhiking to all 50 states. It's day 37 of hitchhiking to all 50 states. We've hit 22 states, me and my buddy Declan. I'm paying for the series with money that I got from sponsorships like this company right here, New Balance. Y'all, that's determined effort. That's focus. That is commitment to another level. That's 3.5 years of I'm not gonna let a complete failure stop me, right? I don't see it as an excuse, and I don't have to have results tomorrow, I did that series when I was 19, and it was like, I told my mom at the start of it, I was like, Mom, this is it. I'm gonna post videos every day for 100 days. I'm gonna go to all 100 colleges. I'm gonna interview people. I'm gonna post videos. I'm gonna get 100,000 followers by the end of this trip. And I'm gonna move out of here and I'm gonna be on my own. I'm gonna make it big on YouTube, 100,000 subscribers. We're here 3.5 years later. I'm still at 1,500 subscribers, y'all. On Instagram, I have 160,000. That's awesome because of the marathon series I took on last year. But still, I haven't stopped. I was so focused on the number. I read this devotion the other day, July 28th, of my utmost for his highest. The gist of it is that what we see as the process, God sees as the goal itself. And so I have this idea in my mind. I'm gonna run a marathon in all 50 states. I'm gonna visit 100 colleges in 100 days. I'm gonna do these things. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna complete this. I'm gonna get to the finish line. I'm gonna get the medal. I'm gonna post the photo. I'm gonna get the degree. I'm gonna get the job. I'm gonna get the raise. I'm gonna have the kids. All of the getting, the destination. But God wants me to be a part of the process, right? Because He can't work on me and through me if I'm done, if the work is over. So, a couple days ago, when I was in Dallas, Texas for day 32 or whatever of hitchhiking to all 50 states, and I was like, Declan, I want to go home, man. We got 85 days left, and I don't even know how we're going to get out of Texas, let alone out of the Southeast, the Northeast, the Midwest, back over to California, up to Alaska, out to Hawaii. I was focused on the goal, the end. How are we supposed to get to Hawaii? How are we supposed to do all of this? How are we supposed to get to all 50 states? God doesn't want me to see the end. He wants me to be in the process and to trust on Him. It talks about in that devotion that you have to read immediately. Pause this video if you have to. It talks about in the devotion how God wants us to maintain composure even amidst life's storms, right? That's what He wants. Is that in anything, any situation, we rely on Him. The greatest gift that you could give to your Father is time, right? Because when you leave college, you graduate college, you're an adult, you're out in the real world. Time's ticking, and your dad doesn't have much time left with you. Your parents don't have much time left with you. Well, God feels that every single moment, that your time is ticking away because there's no time left for Him. You got to get the degree, you got to have the kids, got to get the job, got to get the promotion, got to get the money so you can retire early, so you can be, I don't know who's screaming over there, but I'm with them, right? That's too much, God wants you here and now in this moment, right? Okay, I'm 6 miles in to a half marathon. I'm gonna go do 7 more. Why? Because sometimes you just gotta prove it to yourself that you still have what it takes. So 3.5 years later, still going for it, right? And I'm gonna go for it again next year. I'm gonna run another marathon in all 50 states. It's also a pivotal moment today. You know, I'm hopping on a call tomorrow with a sponsor who kind of, the fate of next year rests in their hands of like, all right, it rests in God's hands ultimately, but you know, whether or not I get this sponsorship kind of allows me to do the 50 states again versus not, because time's ticking. It's October, you know? But I'm not worried whatsoever. So I get to prove to myself tonight that I still have what it takes. So when I hop on the call tomorrow,